Goal Africa put Mohammed Kudus on the spot to answer some interesting and quite interesting, questions, all right? And then he was asked, his favorite strikers in this year's AFCON or favorite strikers in Africa. And he mentioned that Nigeria has the favorite strikers in Africa, all right? Has some, productive strikers. Let me put it in that retrospect or in that regard.
Which African nation has the best attackers?
I would say Nigeria. Yeah, I think they have a lot of top attackers in their squad.
24 guys, salute to you and everyone watching me in your lovely homes. My name has always been TJ, your commander-in-chief, the chief kingpin of this editorial. Yes, I'm also known as the Emeka. All right, I salute you all. Welcome to today's exclusive. Well, Mohammed Kudus has said something about Nigeria, all right, and the Nigerian football as a whole in perspective. So that is why we are here. But before I run by you today's exclusive, you know the drill. Do well to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time. And also don't forget to hit the notification button. It's going to enable you to get notified whenever I post any new video. All right. So like I said, Mohammed Kudus has said something about Nigerian strikers. All right. And the Nigerian football as a whole. What did he say? All right. Mohammed Kudus, Ghanaian, forward midfielder. All right. Mohammed Kudus, attacking midfielder, shining up at this year's AFCON, scoring 2 goals. Coming from injury, all right, scoring 2 goals. Wow, wonderful player. And I sometimes feel, he shouldn't have been in the Ghanaian team. He should have been in a thriving team that would have propelled his talent, because he scored 2 goals for us and then, childish mistakes, or how do I even put it, all right, led to Egypt equalizing to a draw game, or drawing up to 2-2, all right, which was quite interesting. But that is not the reason why we are here today. The actual reason is that Mohammed Kudus has said something about Nigerian football, and that is on the bill on today's editorial. You know the drill. Before I serve you with today's exclusive, let's go for this quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll zoom in straight to action. My name has always been TJY. Okay, family, welcome back from that quick commercial break. Like I said, my name has always been TJY, and I am your commander-in-chief on today's editorial. Okay, let's zoom straight to action. Goal Africa put Mohammed Kudus on the spot to answer some interesting and quite interesting, questions, all right? And then he was asked, his favorite strikers in this year's AFCON, or favorite strikers in Africa. And he mentioned that Nigeria has the favorite strikers in Africa, all right? Has some, productive strikers. Let me put it in that retrospect or in that regard, all right? They have some cool and, thriving strikers in Africa. You mentioned Osimhen, and other players, Victor Moses, Samuel Chukwueze. He's talking about the front line. Osimhen is the African player of the year. So this coming from Mohammed Kudus comes up to add up to, Osimhen's, upward in talent in him within the Nigerian team and the Napoli as well. That was not all he said. He also made mention of the fact that Nigerians have the, what did he say, loudest supporters, loudest supporters as in, they are full of Nigeria. They have the Nigerian spirit, and they are always demanding a lot from the Nigerian team and pushing them to doing more within the football sense, all right? So big ups to the supporters of the Super Eagles as well for coming up in the lineup of Mohammed Kudus's, probably Africa's, questions put before him, all right? So what I want us to do is to watch the full video, because he had other things to answer about. He mentioned his favorite game in the AFCON. He mentioned Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire in the 2015 build-up, all right? The final match. All right, that was one of the greatest games on the continent. All right, he also mentioned his favorite food, best defenders in Africa. All right, the country with the best defenders, and a whole lot. All right, so without much ado, let's go and watch, snippets of what Mohammed Kudus said in relation to today's editorial. And then when we come back, the deal, we'll do a brief editorial, dilate on it, and then sign out. My name has always been TJY.
You have any standout memories from AFCON?
Finals with Ivory Coast. We went in a penalty shootout. 2015, I think.
What do you remember about that game?
Yeah, Ivory Coast are our neighbors, just border that separates us, so it was really more than football, so it was really intense. Then the atmosphere was awesome. No goals till penalty shootout, so the energy was very high, so it was a big memory. We lost, but still, yeah, I remember that every single day.
Do you have a favorite player from that 2015 Ghana squad?
There was a lot of good players, but I'll say Asamoah. Yeah, him.
Have you met Asamoah Gyan?
Yes, I've met him. Legend. Yeah, we didn't talk much, but I just met him on the Ghana Football Awards. Just talked a little bit, and it was nice to see him, because I've watched him a lot growing up.
Which African nation has the best attackers?
I would say Nigeria. Yeah, I think they have a lot of top attackers in their squad.
Which African nation has the best midfielders?
I think Ghana, we have a lot of good quality midfield players, so I'll go for Ghana. Majid Ashmiru, Salis, Samed.
Which African nation has the best defenders?
Say maybe Senegal.
Which African nation has the best food?
Ghana. Nice and easy. Jollof, wache, fufu, banku.
Which African nation has the loudest fans?
I'll say Nigeria. I think they have very good fans.
Who is going to win the Africa Cup of Nations?
Ghana, of course.
Okay, guys, welcome back. You've seen it all for yourself. All right, Mohammed Kudus giving, tidbits of his favorite match within the AFCON, favorite food, best defenders in Africa, or the country with the best defenders, best game, favorite player, best midfield, and a whole lot. You watch it for yourself. Do you agree with Mohammed Kudus? That is his personal opinion, right? All right, that is his personal opinion of the questions put before him. Do you have, you have another opinion of what he said? You can also drop yours in the comment section, all right? You can drop yours under the comment section, all right? So basically, you've seen Mohammed Kudus thriving at West Ham. Probably one of the best signings this year for the West Ham team. Now, the question of the day, this is the question of the day. Do you see Mohammed Kudus playing just a season for West Ham and then moving to a bigger club, basically in England or to another country? Or you see Mohammed Kudus playing a lot more seasons at West Ham, because he started his career at West Ham well, and he's been scoring more goals. Quite an interesting player, all right? And as you can see, he's been able to bench Antonio at West Ham. Now Antonio is coming from the bench. And you saw Mohammed Kudus starting his career off at the bench and then, being introduced gradually during the Europa League games, all right? But he kept his momentum and picked up his momentum and started scoring goals. And then when a player starts to score goals, you better not put him at the bench, all right? So that birthed his starting, role at West Ham. And then supporters of West Ham are falling in love with Kudus as well. There is this young girl, or this young supporter, is it a lady, is it a young girl or a young boy, all right, who always interviews or put before interview pretty much, fan-based interviews, and the kind of remarks he gives about Kudus. Well, basically, I also have seen on the airwaves of Adebayo saying that he's going to make sure that he pushes Mohammed Kudus to win the Ballon d'Or. Is he there yet? Or we are pushing him too far? Or we need to take time for Kudus to, mature and then grow into the game before we can say we can push him to becoming or to gaining an award as the Ballon d'Or? Yes, basically. Okay, so basically that has been it with Kudus. All right, do you see that Adebayo is pushing Kudus too much, or do you think Kudus is too mature to be at West Ham? And then probably within the Ghanaian team or the Ghana team, do you think he's a fit? Yes, he's a fit, but the team needs to protect him. For him to score 2 goals and then you conceding 2 goals, all right? It's neither here nor there. He won man of the match, all right? So I salute 24 guns, salute to Mohammed Kudus on this wonderful achievement, and we wish that he's able to do well. On the other hand, I salute the Nigerian strikers, all right? For someone like Kudus, All right, referring to the strikers of Nigeria as the best in Africa, yes, it means that they need to do more, as history is behind the side of Nigeria behind this AFCON. Anytime Nigeria goes through Ivory Coast, there's something good that come out of their game and out of their tournament. So let's see how, the Super Eagles will thrive in that respect, or in that, regard, and then push the Super Eagles to the utmost height they deserve. All right, so that has been it on today's editorial. Mohammed Kudus names his favorite, strikers, and then heaps praises on Nigerian strikers within this basic tournament, or within this tournament, AFCON tournament. All right, so that has been it. You know the deal. My name has always been TJ Boy. I am your commander-in-chief. I am your chief kingpin. You can also refer to me as the Emeka of this channel. I salute you all. And before I go, you need to subscribe to the channel, or you have to subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time of being here on this podcast or on my channel, do well to subscribe to my channel. And don't also forget to share, hit the notification button, all right? It's going to enable you to get notified whenever I post any new video. You know the name. It's TJY. And you know the call sign. I salute and peace out.